So hi y'all, welcome to the Human and Machine Crypto channel, where we talk to the teams developing some of the hottest and newest blockchain spaces around the world. My name is Hikaru, also known as the Machine, a crypto junkie absolutely glued to everything and anything blockchain. And a quick reminder, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, and share our content. So today we're talking to Nina Knox, co-founder and CEO, and also Gleb Sidorkin, head of content at Tokenplace. Tokenplace is a online aggregator for tokens. So Nina and Gleb, thank you for being here. How are you both doing?
Great.
Doing great. A pleasure to be here. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, likewise. So Nina, can you start with a background about your career? How did you get into crypto and then ultimately start Tokenplace?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, my journey started onto France on a personal level. For full transparency, I got into crypto because of my son. He's 19 right now, but he was 13, about 13, 14 when he introduced me to Bitcoin after taking a cryptography class. And he got home and he was trying to explain it to me. From a business standpoint, I got exposed to blockchain technology because I spent my career working for big four consulting firms. I always worked on some great innovative products and companies. So that's my journey, how I got educated on everything crypto and got fascinated by the space and what can be done with crypto and blockchain technology.
That's wonderful. Great to hear that. And Gleb, can you tell us your background and your story?
Sure. Yeah. Nina has a big record as a blockchain advocate and as working with startups. My journey is a little shorter. I have a humanities background. I went to a PhD program in Slavic literature, um, but I did become fascinated with it a long time ago. Around 2008, I was going to college in New York, and the whole financial system blew up in 2008 all around me. I was going to school with a bunch of guys who were working at the big financial institutions of Wall Street. Like one guy, I was literally interning at Bear Stearns. So I kind of learned. I started reading the Financial Times every day, and I learned about the financial system right as it seemed like it was collapsing. And it was so strange to be around that. And I got fascinated with the financial world because it's so powerful, but it seems so far away. And then I saw a lot of problems in it, and so I've been kind of researching crypto slowly since then. And the past 4 years, I've been working with crypto startups and just writing and helping communicate. And this is a great project. I think, I think the real power of crypto is going to be when it emerges onto a huge audience. It's already huge, but when it emerges onto like a real global audience, and I think our team at Token Place has the right ideas to get us there and to be there when that happens. So that's why I joined.
Likewise, and I think we can all relate to that. We did see that 2008 financial crash, and that really shook the world, right? And of course, that shook Satoshi Nakamoto, to come up with the whole Bitcoin and start this revolution. So, keeping that in mind, right? Can you discuss and explain what are some of the key problems that you see that the token place is solving, and then why should we care about them?
Yeah, I think, and just before I answer that question, just to add on, so I came from the traditional financial services world. I totally get it, right? So as I said, I work for all big four, I work for large financial, institutions. But I got intrigued by Bitcoin and crypto. And I think collectively, and I'm not just talking about Token Place, but about like many, unbelievable startups and ventures in this space. I think we are all trying to drive mass adoption, right? And I think it's a lot about, two simple things. It's about education. It's about providing intuitive, solutions and amazing products for an average, person including the ones that never had access to traditional finance. So I'm equally personally fascinated about our company and our product because we can target crypto natives, right? And at the same time, I would like to make it so simple, so intuitive, so beautiful that it can be used by anybody regardless of their background, geography, and in addition to that, my personal passion is I would love to bring more next gen and girls and females to the space as well, because I would love to provide opportunity to everyone. And when I say it, I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. And I think crypto can totally help us accomplish that.
Absolutely, I would have to agree. Being in this space for so long, that is really the only way. Education, awareness, and just making it more intuitive, simply. Yeah.
Simplicity is the king, right? So make it simple and secure. Like that, those are the two main, things we're, focusing on at Tokenplace.
Exactly. But that being said, simplicity and intuitive is actually not easy to implement at all. So how are you doing it at Tokenplace?
Gleb, you want to take it
And
or I would take it?
I just want to follow up on a couple of things that Nina said before we move on. It is kind of the fact that you're an advocate for women and girls in blockchain. I think it's speaks to blockchain more broadly, that actually part of the problem with the financial system before was that it was like a boys club. Excuse me. Yeah. So that's part of what we're
Yeah, but
fixing
also,
with these solutions. And as far as the problems that are in the industry now, a big problem for people who are just getting into crypto, uh, you have all these different exchanges. You don't really know where to go at first.
Yeah.
So, like for example, there was a huge draw of people coming in to crypto with Dogecoin getting big, but they would be like, "Oh, Dogecoin isn't on Coinbase yet. Like, what's going on?" It's a lot of information. So, just by centralizing the landscape of exchanges into one window, that's a big step forward, I think.
yeah, and if I may add, and again, like, I grew up in a boys' club, so I have no problem. I love men, don't get me wrong, right? All I'm saying that I'd love to give more opportunity to next gen and get more women in the space, but the team knows me. I'm all inclusive. But back to, product and your question, how we're going to do it, and Gleb, great points that you just brought up. So we want to make sure that an average person can trade on multiple, crypto exchanges, basically across the entire market with a very simple and secure solution. So Dogecoin, brought awareness to this space, right? So I think more people know about Dogecoin than Bitcoin with our solution, and I don't want to get into the discussion, right? If I love Bitcoin versus Dogecoin, I mean, I'm a big Bitcoin girl. The team knows about me. But my point is, with us, you don't have to compromise, because with our solution, you're going to get access to the entire market. We aggregate liquidity, with multiple exchanges. And as you know that, one exchange can can list one coin one day, but you don't have that horizontal visibility into the entire, market, right? And especially for the retail investor. And then when you can do your order splitting across, multiple exchanges. And very interesting, because I just came back from Miami, Bitcoin conference, and I think it was Mashinsky who, I just watched this video this morning. He mentioned on the stage that, and if you're trying to become like a Bitcoin whale right now, you're hopping around, different exchanges. And I was like, bingo, that's exactly what Tokenplace is solving right now, right? So if you're not a whale, if you're not like an institutional, trader, yet you're trying to get in the space and start your, trading and, investing journey, we can help you. But of course, we also welcome, semi-professional and professional traders. And like I mentioned, like my son is only 19, but he's been trading, crypto. And I love talking to that, demographic as well, because they will be the future, right, of our financial well-being around the globe. And that's what we are building for the community. And we really care about the user experience, and, customer centricity.
Right, right. Yeah, Gleb, would you like to add to that?
I mean, yeah, I mean, how to build something that everyone's will like to use at all levels. I think we've built. We have a good design team, and part of that is just to focus on customer experience and have that be a priority. And we hope we can deliver on that. But also, yeah, just we're gonna staying flexible as we expand to different kinds of assets and learning from the community, from the next generation, how to best get that full service
Right.
crypto hub
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've done a ton of research. I mean, I personally spend a ton of time, and I'm not a professional trader, right? I mean, I'm dangerous enough, but I will never say I'm a professional trader. But I was fascinated. So we've done a ton of market research, and looked at different products, because I truly believe, sometimes you have the later mover advantage, because you looked at everything else, what's happening, and then you make it even better, right? And then you're solving for something that nobody has solved for. And that's a part of our go-to-market and product strategy as well. So make no mistake, I spent enough time on, different exchanges personally, and we have a fascinated, very talented, team of product development and, tech guys that are actually working. And as I keep saying, that interface and usability are at the heart of everything that we do at
Right.
Tokenplace.
I really feel this passion coming from you guys, so I
Oh
enjoy
my
this.
gosh, you have
Yeah,
no idea. You have no
exactly. So
idea.
that being said, right, as an exchange aggregator, you're making it very easy for the consumer, right, to buy price or buy tokens, get the best prices. This is not exactly a new thing. There are other companies doing this. So how would you differentiate from other companies?
Right. So great question. And Gleb, feel free to chime in. As I said, I may repeat myself. So I believe that when you are building a venture, right, or a new product, you either come up with something unbelievable new, which is very rare, right? Or you take something and perfect it, right? And we have many examples in the traditional business ecosystem. We have many examples even in the modern tech ecosystem, and we're seeing it in the cryptech space. So I actually think of us as, how it used to be a bunch of fintech solutions, right? I feel like we're a cryptech solution, and I own the term. So going back to what we just discussed, I think we're trying to bring kind of institutional grade capabilities to the retail market, and we are trying to conquer it with simplicity, and not to comment on any specific exchange or direct or indirect competitor. I'm yet to see that unbelievable user friendly experience, and then later on we plan to add some intelligent automation, and given the activity that we are going to see, as well as interesting integrations. But again, um, I have seen some aggregators, but not aggregators that are going to go after the market demographic with the simplicity and education that we are trying to achieve with our product.
Absolutely. Yeah, Gleb, I know you have something to say, so please go.
Yeah, I mean, certainly there are aggregators. I don't, as far as I know, there's not a functioning aggregator that can aggregate all CEX exchanges and DX exchanges into one window as of now, and that's our
Mm-hmm.
goal. But as Nina said, we're not reinventing the wheel. Google perfected the search engine, and I think if we speak about our development plan, could model it on Google, where we're going to first build. They first built a search engine that was really good, right? So we're basically building a search engine for all. We can hook up via API 30. Right now we can do 30 plus of the top exchanges, right? So that's, we're going to start building our community around that. And then, as we said, we're offering institutional grade tools around that product to the retail market. But then as we grow, I think we will kind of grow into a new category where once we get become a full liquidity aggregator with all the top exchanges, there's not really that category out there yet. So
Right.
we'll see.
Right.
Yeah, user
Right.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're starting with decentralized exchanges, right? So, I mean, that's a huge market and opportunity, but then the sky is the limit. But I feel like from a product standpoint, you have to nail something first and then you build ecosystem, around it. And you have to appreciate that, similar how, and I love, bringing this example when I talk to, investors and community and partners. Remember what happened with PayPal, right? At first they were seen as a like competitor, right, to bigger crypto exchanges. But if you think about it, they created a reverse network effect, right? And that's our business model as well, because the average retail trader, we've done some research, of course, right? And it's fascinating that the numbers we looked at before COVID and after COVID, because many more people were trying to get a side hustle and get into investing and trading and monetize on this opportunity. But my point is that we saw such an influx and increase of crypto traders, and yeah, this is like a mutually beneficial product for other bigger exchanges because they have access to the entire market, right? And in a good way, we kind of create this healthy competition similar to what PayPal has done. He created like digital rails in the traditional banking system. And then another analogy that I use sometimes, it depends on who you talk to. Like, look what Uber did, right? It's not a crypto exchange, right, per se, Tokenplace, but anybody can benefit from it. At first, like taxi parks or Uber is a competitor, but if you think about it, they got more clients and customers, and everybody benefited at the end. So I'm a huge advocate for those win-win-win, situations. And back to your initial question about what can we do as, founders and projects for the community. This is exactly the type of collaboration, even, on the product level, when we can drive mass adoption, globally. So think about how many crypto exchanges are out there, similar to banks and the traditional system, right? And people kind of connected everyone. So for the retail user, so it's not a direct analogy comparison, don't get me wrong, but when I love to take something complex and simplify it in simple terms, and I think this is one of the best analogies, at least I came up with. So
Yeah, no, it's a very clear analogy. And personally, that's the future that I want to see. It's so simple, so normal. Crypto will be the new fintech, or what we think is money, how things move. So I'm very
absolutely,
excited to see that. Yeah. I hope we
absolutely,
get there soon.
super
Yeah.
exciting stuff. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right.
So that being said, right, there's going to be lots of moving parts, lots of different stakeholders. Other than the aggregating the top prices, what would you say are your top use cases? And then who would benefit?
Gleb, you want to take this, or you want me to take it? Like the order splitting
Sure.
functionality. Yeah.
Yeah, I think going back to our two stages of development, we have a product that's coming out next month that's going to primarily be uh, oriented towards people with multiple accounts already. So people that are juggling, clicking around tabs, windows, and different exchanges. And we have a free tool that will allow them to do that for free in one window. So just tab around. Not well, you won't have to tab around. You'll have everything in one window, all your API connected exchanges. And then on top of that, for that audience of pro traders or people that have active accounts in various exchanges, we'll have these institutional grade trading algorithms that will get them the best price. They're fee sensitive, which is huge, right? You make an order, you don't have to calculate the fees separately. It's all going to be factored in to the smart order routing technology. But then after that, our audience will grow because once we become, in phase two, once we become an aggregator for all exchanges with a single KYC, then the audience will be both pro traders and new entrants, right? If you say, okay, you're just going to come to Tokenplace, you don't have to register with any other exchange, go straight to Tokenplace, and we'll have a fiat on ramp for you that's easy to use. We'll have a wallet that's easy to use, right? So at that point, our primary audience will be a mix of people who want that multiple exchange functionality for their already developed trading career, and then people who are just getting in and saying, "What's the one account that I need to get,
Right.
to start trading crypto?" So that's our
Right.
audience.
It's like, crypto natives, versus anybody who's gonna get in, like, what's the best product, right? And that's what we aspire, to be. Like right now, like yourself, you're probably jumping between. I mean, I have like 5 accounts, and I'm driving everyone crazy with my passwords and remembering everything. Wouldn't it be nice just to have one single entry point and make it so you know simple and intuitive, and that's the ultimate goal. Like, my head is spinning with all the passwords and security codes that I'm getting. And speed is important, right? Especially when you're playing with volatility and you want to take advantage of that volatility. This is why sometimes I say, like, people, some people get scared of volatility in the space, but I also think this volatility across different exchanges, it brings such a huge opportunity to make money for some. And going back to our business model, we are going to be subscription model. So, your subscription will probably, pay for the savings that you're going to receive, because you will get access to the entire market and optimizing your trades, right? And that's the unique value add that we want to bring to the market.
Exactly.
I just want to add that, because we're primarily basing our economics on subscriptions right now, we're making deals. We have a deal already in place, which we can announce with Bitstamp, where we exchanges pay referral rewards to people, right? So by bringing customers, we'll be able to get those referral discounts from exchanges and pass some of that on to our users, because we have the subscription base. We'll actually just be able to get people better rates at exchanges as well.
Exactly.
I know. I didn't know we were going to announce this, partnership right now, but yeah,
Sorry,
we're
yeah,
super, yeah, no, it's
breaking
okay.
news.
We're super, super excited because in
That's tough.
addition, I think it's a great point. So in addition, think about it. In addition to the fact that exchanges want to work with us by default, right? We also just closed an exclusive, partnership with Bitstamp, which, as you know, is one of the largest, most secure and respected exchanges in the space. And this is where we have, some special arrangement, and the team is super excited about that milestone and development.
Yeah, no doubt. Working with a big exchange
Yeah.
comes lots of opportunities. Hey, I was thinking, if your algorithm searches for like the best prices across all kinds of different exchanges, does that mean, more for like the advanced traders, they'll be able to find arbitrage opportunities in a snap? Is that possible?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's again, this is one of those value adds that we're bringing, right? You nailed it.
Okay. Because if I can do that in one click, man, you would solve one of my biggest problems as a trader. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, this is one of the pain points, and unfortunately, our co-founder Evgeny, is not on this video right now, but that's exactly what kind of created his vision, because he's a trader and he was jumping around between different exchanges. And there's like, I can't believe we don't have something like that. So speaking, going back to the original question, how did we start it? It was a constellation combination of great minds, when usually you see a pain point, right, and you see a huge market potential, and you have an amazing team that is driven, passionate, and talented, and you put those pieces together and you go for it.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, one-click arbitrage is a tool that we're working towards. It's going to happen soon. Yeah. So
Yeah. Would you be able to tell us about when? Would it be this year or maybe next week? Because these are the kind of things that the community always asks for.
oh well, I don't think I think our beta version won't be able to support that quite yet, but it's definitely on our list. Like I said, we're going to build a great tool for API for pro traders, and then move step by step, expanding that to what the most necessary points are. And I think that one-click arbitrage function is going to be top of that list.
Got it. So, how can the community, right, if they want to learn more, actually use your product, what can they do? Where should they follow? Is there any ways that the community can engage with your team?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and Gleb, keep me honest here, because you're like our marketing strategy brains in case I forget something. But of course, we have our website, right? www.tokenplace.com. We have Telegram communities. We are pretty active on Twitter. And we are just, I'm personally on LinkedIn as well, because of the, business amazing opportunities that, we are doing for the product. But we always want to stay in touch. We are looking forward to getting, feedback, and we want our community to have a say in our product and our go-to-market strategy, in our trajectory. And we're very approachable too. Of course, we're very busy, building, the company and the product. But make no mistake, if you reach out to us, we'll, get back to you as soon as possible. But also, there are some things cooking, including what Gleb just mentioned as a partnership and other amazing marketing things that will be coming in. So I would love everyone to stay tuned, be a little bit of patient, but we're working on some exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Gleb, would you like to add on to that?
Shout out Man and Machine. Like this video. Hit the like button.
Exactly.
No. Also, we right now our join our community on Telegram and Twitter. Get involved with the coin, TOK. And then next month we'll be unrolling our beta release, and we'll be glad. I'm really excited to see people engaging with the product. And so if you want to shoot a video, uh, tag us. That would be cool. Also.
Right.
Yeah, and as you know, we launched our coin, TOK. So for somebody who wants to trade, we are listed on Uniswap, right, the centralized exchange, and a few other exchanges. We had some contests. We have an official Telegram chat, where a community can engage, but we also have a chat with different announcements, right? If we do some contests or airdrops, again, follow us on Twitter. And we're very grateful for the opportunity to be talking to you, because it helps us to expand our reach globally. And that's, I continue to point out that we're thinking locally, right? And I personally love the idea that you can be anywhere, right? And you can be a part of such a great community, and you can have access to something that you believe in and can bring you, some, financial, security, and, hopefully freedom, and people who never had access to this before. So that's our collective passion, Gleb. Hopefully I'm speaking for the entire team here.
Definitely, definitely, yeah, yeah. We want to come to China and hang out.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
And
they'll
we
be
have an
waiting for you.
international team. Like that's
Yeah,
another, passion. So we welcome everyone. And when I say it, like I mean it. And this is what drives us every day.
right. Well, I'm sure, everyone's big smiles will make sure that your company can grow, your community will start using and really benefit from what you guys are doing. So, time does fly by. Unfortunately, we do have to conclude this interview, but thank
Oh
you
yeah.
very much,
Also,
Gleb.
our
Yeah,
Weibo and WeChat, we're on that
of
too. So
course.
Yeah,
Of
I was gonna
course.
say, see, I knew I missed something, right? So that's why I have, the best talent on the team, right? Because I knew I would miss something.
oh yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. But thank you very much, Nina and Gleb. We hope to see you in the near future and then catch up on recent updates and how you guys are progressing.
Fantastic.
great.
Appreciate
Okay.
the
Yeah.
opportunity.
Talk
Of course. All right, then. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.